Hello and welcome to the Business Debate. I'm Nadira Tudor and today we're talking about small businesses. Small businesses account for a staggering 99% of private sector businesses, half of all employment and a third of the turnover in the private sector. To discuss some of the challenges cyber risks pose to small businesses and what can be done about them, we're joined in the studio by Angus Eaton, Managing Director of Commercial Lines at Aviva. Angus, welcome to the Business Debate.
Thank you very much.
From your perspective, can you explain to me what the challenges are for small businesses today?
I think small businesses face many challenges and I really admire them for the world they're in and what they're facing up to. They have clearly the day-to-day worry of cash flow and ongoing delivery of their plans. I know they all want to be distinctive in their markets and that takes a lot of effort. But over and above that, they've got the layers of bureaucracy, the stresses of bookkeeping, the desire to ensure that they're constantly ahead of the game in everything.
It's tough, isn't it, being a small business owner? Absolutely,
it's really tough. And then, of course, there's legislation that comes along. So you've got like the EU Data Protection Directive that's on the way. You know, it's all about protecting their customers and their own data. And that's going to have requirements around storage, around usage, around consent, yet more layering on to the challenges that they've got. Which leads me neatly onto, of course, cyber, which is a risk that all of us are facing, and I don't think small businesses are excluded from that risk.
Can you explain a little bit more about this cyber risk that small business owners really should be looking at?
I'm more than happy to. I mean, what worries me about cyber is it gets lost in fancy words like phishing and the like and hacking, when in truth it's practical things like a virus attacking your business and being held to ransom, or it's somebody hacking into your email account.
So more simplistic, is that what you're saying?
It's a lot more simplistic, I think, than that. And it's those practical attacks, which is probably the best way of describing them, on your business that can have a fundamental effect on your business and indeed stop you from doing business.
So how serious are those threats? Can you give me examples?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can talk about big businesses like TalkTalk, but the truth is a lot of small businesses are also facing this day to day. You know, recently I heard of an estate agent, for instance, where an innocent email came into his business, he opened it up and his bank account was emptied. Now the bank was great, they reimbursed him for what he'd lost, but it took so long to bring him back up onto the internet. He couldn't communicate with his customers and sadly he went out of business.
And that's the reality, isn't it? For these small businesses, a cyber attack could be the end of their livelihood.
It could, and you know, that's exactly why I'm happy to talk to you today, because I feel so strongly about this.
So what do you think small businesses can do about this?
There's many things they can do in a practical day-to-day way. You know, simple things like, well, what about your passwords? Are you password protecting everything that you should? Have you got your antivirus software up to date? Are you ready if it happens? Because the way you react in itself could be determine whether or not you succeed or fail. Now clearly there's insurance that's also available if you choose to take that, and please go and talk to an insurance broker.
But the fact that they have to think about this more seriously, and quite frankly, if you talk to any small business owner, they are literally run off their feet. There's a lot of unpaid work behind the scenes and they're just trying to run their business. So how are they meant to think about these things as well?
Well, I suppose I'd perhaps turn it around and think, you know, we've recently done some research of 1,500 SMEs. 100% of them are on the internet. So that would suggest to me that they need to realise that being on the internet carries some risks. It's fundamental to their business. 50% of those surveyed felt they weren't being threatened by this.
Which is shocking.
Yeah, the truth is all of them are. And so it's something I think it's critical to their future success in this digital world that we're in.
So they can get insured. Can you explain how that will work for them?
Absolutely. I mean, the key thing I think around insurance here in this space is it's not the easiest area, and I'd recommend they go and talk to an insurance broker about it, and also ensure that the cover they get covers instances where it happens. There's companies out there that will give great, useful advice on what to do if it happens, as well as what you can do to stop it happening in the first place.
Is there enough choice for them?
I believe there is, and I know that both the government and many other community organisations are putting information out there that's available on the web for people, just to explain how they can be supported in this area.
Angus, thank you very much for talking to us and explaining what's out there, and enjoy your day.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity.